Amir. It's nice to have you here today.
Thank you for having Sherry.
Why don't you share a little bit about the company and how you're transforming the corporate real estate industry with your technology?
Sure. So iPhotonics is an innovator and disruptor in the space of enterprise networking. We've been around for 9 years, and we are an edge compute company that takes over the management of the entire local area network and automate and make it more efficient and ready for the future. We work across sectors and industries and help organizations prepare for the future and cope with the present.
And in implementing your technology, I understand that there's a specific case study that you'd like to share today.
The client is a financial institution, a top bracket financial institution that built a regional headquarters, and they needed a network, a reliable network, that will be efficient and ready to integrate all those networking needs that they have, but also with a look to the future. We're integrating 5G, so 5G enablement, IoT, and things like that. So when you build a new headquarters, you don't look at just a couple of years, but you look, 10 years down the road. We help them design and deploy the SD-LAN, and this building has been now operating for a year or so. And we help them not only get a network that is ready for the future, but also reduce their costs significantly in terms of CapEx, but also on the operational expenses.
So can you speak a little bit more about the actual partnership with this financial institution and how you collaborated together to address those needs?
Like in this case and many others, customers come to us and say, here is what we need, here's what we have, can you help us come with the best plan? And in this case, we start working with them in the architectural plans, and with our experience across the sectors, across industries, we can help them better their design, better their architecture, and implement new standards, help them to plan for the future. In this case, we help them integrate new technology in terms of wiring. So we integrate fiber optics and power in the same cable that provides power with Ethernet, over Ethernet throughout the whole facility. So when they came to us, they got a total solution that is implemented by one of the partners, and they are now, even if they upgrade the technology in a couple of years, we'll be able to address those needs.
Okay, that's interesting, because I was thinking about the growth in that partnership, and how long have you been collaborating with them so far?
I think it's approximately 3 years. We have also partners in the hospitality, partners in other markets. We become the standard for them nationally, sometimes internationally. I believe partners appreciate when you help them based on what they need, not what you have to offer.
Right.
So we are able to address their needs and adapt what we have, what we want to offer to their needs. In this case, we save them approximately 60% on the initial cost of the network compared to traditional, more hardware-focused or hardware-centric offering from our competitors. And in the OpEx and operational expense, we definitely cut it by more than 70%. Customers come to us and they want a different approach to networking and basically adjust themselves to the 21st century.
I know we've talked a little bit about outcomes of the partnership, especially in regard to cost savings and the longevity. Are there other things that have developed through those 3 years in this partnership that have shaped, how this financial institution is doing business, or how they're growing, or how they're actually approaching their own organizational strategies?
In every organization, they're pretty good at what they do. In this case, it's banking, whether we have hospitality, healthcare, everybody, education, they are good at what they're doing, but we are there to help them achieve that in a faster and in a more cost-effective manner. We enable new technologies to be added to their technology portfolio. We talked earlier about 5G enablement. What we build today is the infrastructure to which on top you can layer the 5G. So we're not a 5G company, but we're just enabling 5G. And 5G will come into buildings, and we make our interface much more intimate, almost, with machines.
Right.
You know, things like augmented reality and other things.
What are some other technologies or trends that iPhotonics finds exciting and that you have solutions that you currently offer and are keeping a pulse on?
So I think what we are pushing and is exciting for the commercial real estate space is the concept of a hyper-converged network. So a single wire that or single physical network that allows layering of multiple network on top of it. So you don't need to have separate networks for different applications. So for example, you don't need a different network for your Wi-Fi and a different network for your point of sale and a different network for your guest networks. You can have a single network that is into fiber optics. This hyperconverged network will also include the same cable have power as well. So you enable the convergence of not only data, but also power into a single cable that provide PoE. So your lights in the building, everything will be managed by the network. What this allows us also is to densify the footprint of your network. So no more need for IDFs or telecom closets, you know, throughout the building. No more heat emissions, so you can reduce your heat footprint, which will reduce your power bills, but also will help you be more green or LEED certified building. So all those things, new technologies that for one reason or another, other companies try to bury because it hurts their cash flow, here we come and say, it's time to change. And we bring this change to corporate real estate, which will, like I said, you know, reduce the footprint, but also allow for them to offer more square foot for their tenants. So we are working closely with several REITs on how to design buildings differently based on the networking needs. Network becomes a critical factor in operation of every business and every building, whether it's a residential, whether it's commercial. We all network driven.
Well, Amir, thank you so much for sharing your experience and your expertise. Thank you,
Thank
Amir.
you for
It was a
having me,
pleasure.
Sharon.